Hi everyone, Colleen here. I want to share a little card with you today. I call it an arched front fun fold card. I'm not sure of the name. I've seen quite a few of them on Pinterest lately. One was made by a lady called Krista, and I just thought it was beautiful, and I thought I'd share it with you today. It's a very easy card to make. When it sits up, it sits like that. As you can see, it's got like a diamond shape in there, and then the front is curved. It's a really easy little card. You can write on the back. At the moment I've dropped mine in ink, which is a real shame, but I'm going to show you how to make it today. What you'll need, and I've already pre-cut and pre-done some of the pieces so it won't take so long. You need a piece of cardstock and a piece of paper, and they both measure 5.5 by 4.25 inches, and we're going to score those on the 5.5 inch side at, I'll turn this over, at 2 3/4 inches. So you're going to do that to both of them. Now you're going to give them a gentle bend. You're not actually folding these, it's just a gentle bend, because these two pieces are going to fit together to form the back section there. So when it goes into the envelope, it goes in flat. When it comes out, it would automatically pop open for the recipient to be able to stand up. So that's that piece. Oh, I haven't got my black bit. I'll have to cut that. Just a moment. Just grab a bit of black scrap paper. Right, so this needs to be cut at 4.5 inches by 2 inches. So that's how big the black piece is. And we're going to score that at, excuse me, at 1/2 inch, at 2 1/4, and at 4 inches. We also have a white piece that we're going to be using, and that is 6.5 inches long by 1.5 inches, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch and at 6 inches. And then with this piece here, we're going to give it a gentle curve. It doesn't need to be too great. So now we'll burnish and fold all our score lines. So for the basis of the card, these are the pieces that you will need. So when that all fits together, that's your base of your card. Then you can decorate it any way you like. And I think it's a really fun, beautiful little card. So I'm just going to run some adhesive on here. Now I don't want this to come apart. So I'm just going to line that up. Like I said, you don't fold this in half. It's just that gentle little bend there. That's all that has. Now for this piece here, I've already pre-done a piece and put some of the flowers on already, because I wanted them to sit inside, and yes, I had a little accident. So I'm going to use some glue to adhere these down with. Like I said, I've made most of this up already, so it wouldn't take long to show you how to put the card together. So you're going to just line up, fold those little bits in, and line up the middle score line and the base of the card, and stick it down. And I've got glue everywhere. Shows me timbers. Oh, doesn't like me. There we are. So it just sits like that, so that when it comes up, that automatically pops out like so. So when it sits up, it'll sit like that. Now for the front piece, we're going to take our white and a piece of scrap paper, which I will find, And then we're going to take some Fern ink and some sponge, and we're just going to sponge all of this. If you want, you can actually use Fern cardstock, but I rather like the sponginess when it shows back through here. It gives it that kind of mottily grassy effect. So just like that. I mean, if you want to, you can do the end pieces too, but they're not really that important. And before that goes onto there, and I've started already, I've cut 2 strips here. They're an 1/8 of an inch wide by 5.5 inches, and all my little pickets, which I'll show you how to make, I've cut those at 2 inches by 3/8 of an inch, and I've cut one into a point, and then I've laid the others on and just cut around it so I could get a nice even points. And I have one sticky finger. Now I'm going to use some espresso ink, and I'm just going to add some ink to these. Now on the original card I put 11, on this one here I can only fit in 9, so it's up to you however many you want to put on there. It's, like I said, it's not rocket science. And I started off with the 2 ends, then the middle, and then I worked in between. So then this one will fit in here, and I'll just move him up a bit. Doesn't matter that he's not quite the right length, because the grass is going to cover the bottom. Now the grass I've cut from a piece of Fern cardstock, and I have used, there we are, so that's our picket fence done. So you can see that's all finished now. I'll set that aside to dry. Now what I've used there is I've used the fringe die cut from the what is it? Decorative Borders. So I've used that one out of there to make the grass, because it's like, I think it's 6 inches long. Yep, 6 inches long. It's the perfect length. So, and all I've done to cut the grass is I've trimmed it off. I've just come through and cut off a whole stack like so. It's a very messy process. And then I've just gone through and just cut triangle shapes. You know, like just cut up and cut down. I'll just get rid of all of that. And then, I haven't done that very well, but anyway. Then I've just added a bit of glue along the bottom here. I'll leave a bit undone because I know it's, can't pick it up. And then I'll adhere that to the bottom of my fence. Trim off the excess. There we are, so that's like that. And then when it's dry I'll just come through and flick some of those pieces up, just to make it look a little bit more authentic. And by doing that you can't see the there we are. So that's that done. Now what I'm going to do is add the glue to these ends. I'll add it to one end first and adhere that on. So that is going to just fold back and stick onto that corner. Now that it's the same, it's level with the bottom. I'll add some glue onto this end. And here, adhere that down. And then when that sits up, it sits like that. So how simple is that? Such an easy little card. Now with the flowers, all I've done is I've used the... Oh, got bits going everywhere. Wrong one. I'll show you this one first. I've just used the scallop and the circle, the stitch circle, and I've just taken the flower and I've just cut down to the middle through every petal, and then I have adhered the black glitter circle, 3D circle, stitched circle into the middle. And then once I've taken, I haven't got a piece handy, but I've taken this and I've adhered that to the back, and then I've adhered another circle over the top just to keep it hidden. So that's what I've done with the flowers. So now we're just, and I've taken a bit of the page protector. Now the page protector is a funny thing. One way it's quite stiff, and the other way it's really curved. So make sure that you have the stiffness going up and the curving going round, so that when you put your flowers on, they're not going to be inclined to flop over. So I put, and I found it's easier to bring the plastic to the flower. And I didn't twist that a bit. That's all right. And then we'll put the next one on. And this one I want to sit just about here. And then what I'm going to do is just trim away the excess plastic. Because I don't want you to see, I want you to see as little of as possible. So that's my flowers there, and that just helps them to stand up. And what I'm going to do now is adhere those down. So I'm going to add a glue dot just here. Oh, didn't come off. And I'll stick the two flowers down, trim off the excess because we don't need that much. And then to make the little leaves, because I just wanted small leaves, I've just taken a post-it note and a circle, and I've just popped that onto it, and then I've taken my 1-inch circle punch. They're all cut at 1 inch, these circles, and then I've just cut a little, oh there it goes, a little slither off so it can make like a leaf shape. And then I've turned it, cut another, turn it again, and you'll get 3 out of the circle. So they're not too hard to do. So that's all you need to do, and that's a little bit of scrap that's left over. And now I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my hand and grab my tweezers, which I had before, but I don't know where I've just put them. Goodness gracious. Oh, I'll grab my other ones. So you're just going to pick that up and dab that into a little bit of the glue, and then slide that in underneath. So it's simple enough to do them. And I've got some other ones cut already. them in. Little dot on the end. Come on. Just a bit, thank you. Just put another leaf in here. That's our leaves done. Now I'll just add another glue dot down the bottom. And then I'm just going to tuck that in behind our fence here. So that's the leaves already done, everything's sorted. As you can see, everything fits nice and neatly on the inside. And now just for the little tag. Now I've just used the centre from now where have I put that? Ah, here it is. So that's the stitch die with the frame around it, and I've just used the middle one out of that. And I've used that in Espresso. And then I've cut the piece, and it's 2 1/8 by 7/8 of an inch. And I'm just going to stamp the happy birthday from the stamp of the month this much, which I don't have handy, but you can see it in the sidebar when you're looking. And I'm just going to stamp the happy birthday in the middle. And then I'll adhere that to the front of the card. And then with this, you don't need a lot of adhesive. I want it to actually sit out from, so you just put a piece in the middle, like so. And then you're just going to stick that about, I'll put the other one over further, I'm going to put this one a little bit further this way. So you're just going to stick that in there, and then I'm going to take another glue dot, and I can't find my other sizes, so I'm just using the large ones today. I'll stick my little ribbon on, peel him off, fold that back into the ribbon, into the twine, and then stick that onto the front of the card. And there you have it. There's your nice little card ready to go. You can write or stamp a greeting onto the back. Oh gosh, I keep dropping it, I'm not doing very well. So there it is, that's the little card for today. Now I have already made another one up to teach in one of my classes, and this is it here. It's using the, I can't remember the name of the stamp set. I'll have up on my blog. But it's with all the tulips. There's 10 tulips, and then that is from the watering can. I just cut the tulips off the top and made a flower pot for them to go in. And then use the 2" and 1 3/4, 1 3/4 inch stitched oval. So that's the little card for today. I hope you like it. Until next time, keep on creating, and bye for now.